All right, you guys, look like the cat is finally come out the bag. What do you mean by that? They are saying that Shannon Sharpe, you guys know, he is done. He is done for. And it's not just by coincidence. They are saying it is by design. They are saying that Shaq had his hand in this to destroy Shannon Sharpe because he cannot stand Shannon Sharpe. Matt Barnes is pretty much telling us and exposing Shaq plan against Shannon Sharpe. You guys have to watch this. I cannot believe it. Really? I mean, Shaq, he got all this money. Why are you concerned about the next person? I don't know why, but this video is something else. I can't even believe everything they're saying in here. But I want to know, do you believe it? Comment, let us know your thoughts about this. And let's see what's going on. Let's react.
I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy.
Right. Shaq know deep down. He could take all the shots. Yeah, you got more money. Yeah, you're more famous than me. Yeah, you're more well-known. You're going to have way more money than I ever have. But nobody will ever say that I was lazy or I cheated myself.
Can I ask a spicy follow-up? What about with Shannon Sharpe?
Fried catfish.
What about?
What's going on with that right now?
In order to talk about certain things, you have to have G14 classification.
Quick random observation. I'm at Shaq house yesterday, right? Yo, this man is living like Neo. He got 4 white big booties. One is in the kitchen cleaning, the other one is in the basement.
Shaq who? Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah.
Man, just when folks thought the whole Shannon Sharpe lawsuit mess couldn't get any wilder, boom! Matt Barnes drops a bomb and hints that Shaq might have been behind the setup all along. Word on the street is that in a leaked audio clip, Barnes spilled that Shaq was out for revenge and allegedly put serious cash on the table to dig up dirt on Shannon's private life. And guess when this all went down? Right before that massive $50 million lawsuit hit. Now the internet's running wild asking, did Shaq actually bankroll that of Model to trap Shannon into a scandal? As soon as that audio of Barnes went viral, he jumped into cleanup mode real fast. He started defending Shaq, saying the audio was fake or edited, but fans ain't buying that story, especially with Shaq's rep for getting real petty when he's beefing. Let's not forget, last year he straight up dropped a whole diss track on Shannon after they clashed over Nikola Jokic's MVP title.
Shannon Sharpe, man, you're way beneath me. Your whole demeanor is fake as a new rapper beefy. You're soft. Before you get fly, you rather tweet me. I was in 3 different cars when you wasn't 3.
Shaq doesn't play soft when he's mad. Now people are talking, saying it's not out of character for Shaq to get his hands dirty. With all the tension between him and Shannon, folks believe he might have been pulling strings behind the scenes to ruin him. And get this, some insiders are whispering that Shaq's got connections to several of models on speed dial.
Happen one day.
How long does it take you to learn every angle, though?
I don't know. I got 4 white girls now, so just trying to, go back and forth.
Yeah, this plot just keeps getting deeper. Things just got even weirder. Yeah, you heard that right. And now that his name is blowing up over this wild lawsuit, it's dragging in some seriously messy accusations, like talk of race roleplay, disturbing messages, and a connection to an OF model who says she was 19 when 54-year-old Shannon allegedly started hitting her up. People are asking, is this just a coincidence, or is someone pulling strings behind the scenes? The timing is just way too perfect, or should we say suspicious?
That's all I got for you, big boy. I ain't got nothing else for you, Shaq. I ain't here to argue with you. I'm not here to debate with you.
Right when Shannon's world is spiraling from this $50 million lawsuit filled with serious claims, Matt Barnes pops up possibly exposing a plot with Shaq's fingerprints all over it. That voice clip, the one that leaked a while back, it's making noise again. And in it, someone who sounds just like Matt is out here saying Shaq was digging for dirt on Shannon and was willing to drop big cash for anything that could blow up his image.
I don't know if you're on this kind of time, but I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy. So, I don't know if you're on that kind of time or not. But Shaq is now throwing more sums of money around, so just want to put that out there. Stay quiet. Yeah, he said, please, please, please keep it quiet. He said that Shannon did some shit back from a while back, and he's been off of it. So that's what he's doing. Is to please, please, please keep his name quiet.
And guess what? Right after that audio first leaked, bam, the lawsuit came flying in. Now fans online are connecting dots like it's a crime show. They're saying this whole scandal might have been staged, and that Shaq could have had a hand in getting the story pushed out. And here's where it gets even crazier. Some folks are taking it to the next level, saying Shaq's tied to powerful Hollywood circles and billion-dollar brands, calling him part of the Illuminati. They're claiming if anyone had the power and motive to help take down Shannon from the shadows, it might just be him. Meanwhile, fans are calling foul play on the timing of this whole lawsuit, and honestly, it's hard not to. The moment news broke that Shannon was about to lock in a massive $100 million deal, boom, here comes the scandal out of nowhere. Way too convenient. Insiders in the game say these big money contracts always come with strings attached. If you don't play by their rules or step out of line, they'll shut it all down. No hesitation. So with this lawsuit dropping right as Shannon was on the verge of a career-defining move, folks are side-eyeing the whole situation. Was this a power move to crush his momentum? People are saying the whole thing looks staged, like it was planned out to hit Shannon when he was most vulnerable. Sure, Shannon didn't help his case, being reckless in his personal life, but this timing? It's just too perfect. The scandal spread like wildfire, as if it was meant to. But here's the real question. Why would Shaq go through all this trouble to take Shannon down? Well, word is their beef goes way back, all the way to the late 90s. Yep, according to people like Jason Whitlock, there's been quiet tension brewing between the two for years. It just never spilled into the public until 2024. That's when everything blew up. It started with the MVP drama around Nikola Jokic, and after that, things went left real fast. Shannon and Shaq started throwing shots across social media and podcasts, and it escalated to the point where Shaq even dropped a diss track. Nobody expected Shaq to go full-blown rapper in this feud, but he did, and fans were shook. With all the chaos that 2024 dropped, it's almost like the industry was meant to crack wide open. Cat Williams did warn everyone. He said 2024 would be the year all the skeletons came flying out the closet, and it looks like he wasn't lying one bit. So here's how things started unraveling. It kicked off when Shaq gave this super awkward interview with Nikola Jokic that went viral.
Joker, as the president of the Big Man Alliance, you are the vice president of the Big Man Alliance. You know I love you, the best player in the league. I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear from me first. I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect to you, but congratulations. And what do you guys have to do to get back on track versus Minnesota?
Jokic had just won his third MVP title, and right there, on camera, Shaq hit him with a curveball, saying he thought Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should have gotten it instead.
Thank you, Shaq. We don't judge people here, so that's fine. It's your opinion. I'm joking.
No, hey, all good. I love you. I love your brothers. One thing we always going to do is keep it real with each other.
Jokic kept it cool, but the whole moment felt off. Fans were like, wait, why is Shaq throwing shade like that during someone else's big moment? It came off real petty, and people started saying Shaq has a pattern of making things about himself, no matter who he steps on to do it. That's when Shannon jumped into the ring, and he didn't hold back. On his Nightcap podcast, Shannon straight up called Shaq out, saying he was acting salty and jealous of Nikola's success.
We're never going to see another guy Shaq's size with his athleticism that was as dominant as him. Shaq should have 5 MVPs. He sees a guy like Nikola Jokic that's not as dominant as him and gets 3 and 4 years. But see, when you historically great, they talk about you as great basketball player, the GOAT, and Shaq is never brought up.
He basically told everyone, Shaq just can't handle not being the center of attention.
And I think a part of him is envious of that.
When we talk about the greatest basketball players of all time as far as the GOAT conversation, Shaq's name is never brought up in that?
Yeah. It's hard for me to put somebody in the GOAT conversation with 1 MVP, regular season. It's hard, Gil. So we're going to take somebody with 1 regular season MVP and put him in front of people that got 3, that got 4, that got 5. If Shaq would have had, if he'd had my work ethic, he'd have had 40,000 points.
Well, Shaq didn't take that lightly. He clapped back hard on Instagram, and he came ready to throw jabs. He posted a screenshot from Google showing Shannon ranked number 51 on the NFL's 100 greatest characters list. But it was the caption that really had people talking. Shaq snapped. He went full throttle in his response, writing a post that had everyone's jaw on the floor. He said, "You took me sticking up for Shay as jealousy, shows how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, then you can't speak on me. Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you at." Then he really let it fly. "Me? Jealous? LOL. Sounds like you jealous. I know you trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast. We don't believe you. You need more people. And in case you forgot, 4 rings, 3 finals MVPs, top 50, top 75, Google me." And he wasn't done. "To be quite frank, all this new success you got, you still under me. You don't know my work ethic. I work less than you, but I'm worth more. Make it make sense." Then came the closing punches. "Love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for this ish. Love always. The most dominant big man ever who never took it serious. Remember, I don't know you. And in the words of Skip Bayless, I'm better than you." And the kicker? G14 classification? I have it. You don't. Not in my profession. And your GOAT debate? Never wanted to be the GOAT. I wanted to be who you should greet as the most dominant ever. Hashtag the apex predator. But fans weren't having it. As soon as the post went live, people flooded Shaq's comments, and a lot of them were dragging him. They said he was doing way too much, especially since Shannon didn't even lie. Shaq was out of pocket for how he treated Jokic. Folks started calling Shaq insecure, saying he always throws shots but can't handle the heat when someone calls him out. One fan even wrote, "Shaq loves dropping controversial takes on players, but acts real sensitive when that same smoke comes back at him." Classic insecure bully behavior. That's what fans were saying loud and clear. One person even said, "Love Shaq, but he's hands down one of the most insecure players I've ever seen." But if you thought Shaq was gonna chill just because folks were calling him out, then you clearly don't know how he handles beef. After that fiery Instagram post where he came for Shannon, Shaq cranked it up another level, dropping a whole diss track titled "The Big Man." Yeah, he really went there. In the track, he called Shannon soft and fake, making it crystal clear that this feud was personal. And Shaq wasn't subtle either. When he posted the cover art and a preview of the song, he went full-blown promo mode. He tagged everybody: 50 Cent, Rick Ross, DL Hewley, Ghostface Killah, DJ Academics, Stephen A. Smith, Okasinko. The list went on, like he wanted all eyes on this drama. In the caption, Shaq wrote, "Whenever y'all want to hear a podcast with a host that's got G14 classification, tune into the Big Pod with Shaq." And then he wrapped it with, "Love y'all. I'm done with this. I'll be at the Bahamas crib if anybody needs me." Yeah, smooth exit move, but fans weren't letting it slide. Because if what Matt Barnes said in that leaked audio is really true, then the diss track might have just been the tip of the iceberg. Barnes claimed Shaq allegedly paid someone to dig up dirt on Shannon. And people are now thinking that shady move might have helped trigger the very lawsuit Shannon's battling right now. And get this, after the audio started spreading again online, Shaq tried to flip the script. He jumped on social media with a goofy skit, joking about paying top dollar for info. Some fans thought it was damage control disguised as humor, but the timing had people looking sideways. In the skit, Shaq played it off like he was just clowning, pretending to hand over stacks of cash to get dirt on someone, all while laughing it up. But fans weren't laughing with him. They were laughing at him. A lot of people saw it as a slick way to distract from the real accusations flying around. One user commented, "This man trying to turn a whole lawsuit conspiracy into a comedy show. Nah, we not buying it." The more Shaq joked, the more people started thinking maybe he did have something to do with this whole Shannon mess. It's like he's trying to laugh his way out of serious heat, but folks ain't letting go that easy. Especially now that all this messy timing lines up, the leaked audio, the lawsuit, the diss track, and now this funny skit, it's starting to look like a calculated PR move. Meanwhile, Shannon has kept things low-key. No major clapbacks, no cryptic posts, just silence. And that silence, it's got people wondering if he's gearing up for something big. Some say he's letting his legal team handle everything behind the scenes. Others think he's about to drop a major truth bomb that'll flip this entire situation. But here's the wildest part. A few folks online claim there's even more unreleased audio clips floating around, involving other major names in sports and entertainment. Word is, if those get leaked, this might blow up way beyond just Shaq and Shannon. We're talking full industry meltdown type drama. So now the question is, was all this just a petty celebrity feud gone nuclear, or is this part of something much bigger, something a whole lot of people don't want getting out? In the skit, Shaq played it off like he was just clowning, pretending to hand over stacks of cash to get dirt on someone, all while laughing it up. But fans weren't laughing with him. They were laughing at him. A lot of people saw it as a slick way to distract from the real accusations flying around. One user commented, "This man trying to turn a whole lawsuit conspiracy into a comedy show? Nah, we not buying it." The more Shaq joked, the more people started thinking maybe he did have something to do with this whole Shannon mess. It's like he's trying to laugh his way out of serious heat. But folks ain't letting go that easy, especially now that all this messy timing lines up. The leaked audio, the lawsuit, the diss track, and now this funny skit. It's starting to look like a calculated PR move. Meanwhile, Shannon has kept things low-key. No major clapbacks, no cryptic posts, just silence. And that silence? It's got people wondering if he's gearing up for something big. Some say he's letting his legal team handle everything behind the scenes. Others think he's about to drop a major truth bomb that'll flip this entire situation. But here's the wildest part. A few folks online claim there's even more unreleased audio clips floating around, involving other major names in sports and entertainment. Word is, if those get leaked, this might blow up way beyond just Shaq and Shannon. We're talking full industry meltdown type drama. So now the question is, was all this just a petty celebrity feud gone nuclear, or is this part of something much bigger, something a whole lot of people don't want getting out? And just when you thought things couldn't get deeper, now people are saying Shannon might not be the only one being targeted. Word is, this whole scandal could be the start of a bigger sweep, and Shannon just happened to be the first domino to fall. Some fans believe there's a silent list, names of athletes, entertainers, and media figures who've gotten too loud, too independent, or too rich without playing by the rules. And guess what? Shannon checks all those boxes. He went from NFL legend to top media personality, building his own platform, saying what he wants, when he wants, and not answering to the usual gatekeepers. That kind of freedom, it threatens people in power. And if you've been watching closely, you'll see a pattern. Folks who break out of the system either get dragged into lawsuits, exposed in public scandals, or slowly pushed out of the spotlight. And now, fans are digging through Shannon's past interviews, clips, and comments, wondering if he said something that might have ruffled the wrong feathers. One viral thread pointed out how he's been openly critical of some powerful media execs and even hinted at shady deals behind closed doors. That's the kind of talk that gets noticed. At the same time, people are starting to question Shaq's role in all this. Was he acting on his own, or was he used as the face of the takedown? Because let's be real, Shaq's public enough to draw attention, but powerful enough to play both sides. It's messy, it's political, and it's feeling less like a beef and more like a hit job with layers, one that's being played out across interviews, podcasts, courtrooms, and social media. If this is just the beginning, who's next? Man, Shaq really had the nerve to post a skit saying, "Damn, I got caught again. I need that information. I'm paying top dollars." Then he threw in a wild hashtag, number y'all so dumb, calling out folks for believing anything. He even said, "Shaq is white." Like, what even was that? People were confused, annoyed, and some straight up thought he was losing it. And just when things couldn't get messier, Matt Barnes tried to walk it all back. He's now claiming the viral audio where he blasted Shaq was fake, made with AI. Yup, you heard that right. Matt slid into blogger Tasha K's DMs and started threatening to sue anybody sharing the clip. He wrote, "Y'all keep playing and I'ma sue you for this ish. This is doctored audio. Y'all some clowns. Y'all post me again with some BS and I'm gonna sue you." Now the fan base, completely split. Some folks say there's no way Shaq would go this far just to ruin Shannon's name. They're calling the conspiracy wild, saying it's hard to believe a man with Shaq's legacy would risk everything over some petty beef. After all, Shaq's been a face of the industry for decades. Why would he throw that away? But on the flip side, plenty of people aren't putting anything past him. They say when you got power like Shaq, you don't need to make loud moves. You move in silence, and you control the narrative. Some are pointing out that Shaq's tight with elite circles, and maybe Just maybe he didn't like seeing Shannon give a platform to truth-tellers like Cat Williams, especially when folks start spilling secrets the industry doesn't want out. So what do you think? Is this just another wild fan theory gone viral? Or is there really something deeper behind Shannon's lawsuit and all this sudden chaos?